I think that's really important that everyone needs to get out there and vote.
And we still have a democracy. We still have to vote and do the best that we can.
We want every Californian to vote, and we're guaranteeing them that if they get their ballot in on time, as they should, that we will count their ballot, and their ballot will make a difference in elections.
It is primary election day across California, and there's a push to make sure everyone who wants to can make their voices heard. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
I'm Marcella Lee. Polls are open for about another 2 hours for some hotly contested races across the Golden State. Some of the ones we're keeping an eye on tonight include the race to be California's next governor, the race for the newly redrawn 48th Congressional District, from which incumbent Representative Darrell Issa is retiring. We're also keeping an eye on Measure A in the city of San Diego, which looks to add a tax on homes that are unoccupied for more than half the year.
And tonight we have team coverage on the governor's race. We're at watch parties across the state for candidates Javier Becerra, Tom Steyer, Steve Hilton, and Chad Bianco. We'll also have a look at both Democrat and GOP watch parties here in San Diego.
We begin tonight with News 8's Alex Cheney, who is live outside the Registrar of Voters office in Kearny Mesa, with how things are looking right now. Alex?
Carlo and Marcella, good evening. Yes, it is primary day here in San Diego County. I'm here at the Registrar of Voters office, and I can tell you there is no line. So if you need to come down and vote in person, or maybe even drop in your mail-in ballot, 0-minute wait, you can come right in. Now, according to the San Diego Registrar of Voters, as of registration close on May 18th, there are just over 2 million voters in San Diego County, with about 800,000 registered Democrats, with 550,000 Republicans. The registrar sent out just over 2 million ballots, and as of yesterday, about 470,000 of those ballots have been returned. Turnout is about 24%. The registrar said it's going to end up somewhere closer to 35 to 40%. There are also over 150 official mail ballot drop boxes you can also drive through here at the registrar's office. You drive through, drop off your mail-in ballot, and you can take off. I spoke to a father and daughter pair earlier today. He spoke about the importance of showing his daughter why you should come out and vote.
No matter primary, presidential, whatever, like vote. Like we have one job to do, to vote, and it's not asking much, and it makes a big difference. So, trying to teach her that as well.
What do you think about voting? It's important?
Yeah.
Do they talk about voting at school?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. They were really sweet. Okay. They were really sweet. Voting is going to end at 8 p.m. tonight, so be sure to get in line before 8 o'clock. Back over to you.
Thanks so much for the latest there. So, yes, 6 o'clock, still 2 more hours. If you still need to vote, head on right to where Alex is, because there is no line. Thanks so much, Alex, reporting from the Registrar of Voters office. The race for California's governor is one of the most closely watched across the country.
There are dozens of options to choose from, including Republican and former Fox News host Steve Hilton. News 8's Richard Allen joins us live from Huntington Beach, where Hilton is watching results trickle in tonight. Richard?
Because we're being routed through us today.
We've got to go out there and get every single vote, because we cannot let this chance for change slip away from us. California really needs to change direction. If we don't change direction, I fear for the future of our state. But I think the good news is that we are going to change direction, and it starts tonight.
We're having some technical difficulties right there with our Richard Allen. We'll check back in with him in Huntington Beach a little bit later.
Yes, we will get back to him in just a bit, but you heard right there from Steve Hilton. All right, Democrat billionaire Tom Steyer is another one of the top polling candidates in the race.
News 8's Alex Bell reports from San Francisco, where Tom Steyer's campaign is hosting a watch party tonight.
Steyer was in Los Angeles today on the Metro, campaigning to last-minute voters who still might be deciding between the top 3 candidates, which also include Republican Steve Hilton and Democrat Javier Becerra. Our team got a second to catch up with him today to talk about just that.
There are really only 3 people for 2 spots, and the 3 people are a hard-right MAGA Republican named Steve Hilton, a corporate Democrat named Javier Becerra, and me. And I've been trying really hard to work for Californian people, taking no money from corporations. They're spending tens of millions of dollars against me.
Steyer is a billionaire and has never held elected office. He's spent more than $190 million on this campaign, more than any candidate in the country. tonight could answer one of the biggest questions in Steyer's campaign. Could his outsider message, along with his unprecedented spending, really carry him into the general election? We'll see what happens tonight. We are waiting for his watch party to get underway later this evening. We'll be live inside with results as they start coming in. But for now, reporting in San Francisco, Alex Bell, CBS 8.
Thanks, Alex. Riverside Sheriff Chad Bianco is another top polling Republican in the race, not polling quite as well as Steve Hilton.
News 8's Steffi Roche joins us live from Riverside County, from where Bianco's campaign is hosting a watch party tonight. Steffi?
Yeah, we are here in Riverside County right now for Bianco's watch party. It is set to start a little after 6:30, but let's talk about those polls that Carlo mentioned. Now, the latest polling released on Saturday by the Emerson College polling, it shows Republican Bianco coming in at 12%. Now, you might recall in April, President Donald Trump made his endorsement of Steve Hilton, causing Bianco's support to fade. But we are hearing tonight Bianco is remaining optimistic. We will be out here all night as the results roll in, as we learn more. The polls close, as you mentioned, at 8 o'clock. So as those results roll in, we will have those updates for you all. But for now, reporting live from Riverside County, I'm Steffi Roche, News 8.
Thanks so much, Steffi. All right, let's talk about former Health Secretary Xavier Becerra. He is one of the top polling candidates in the race, gaining momentum following the departure of former disgraced Congressman Eric Swalwell.
It took him some time to get some footing. People seemed unsure. He had some performances and debates that people thought were a little bit unsteady, but he's had the late momentum with Democrats. Seems to separate himself a little bit from Tom Steyer and from Steve Hilton, but not enough to be comfortable, certainly.
Nobody comfortable, right, with this this type of race that we are talking about, and so many candidates up for grabs. We're waiting to go to News 8's Jenny Huh. She is live from Los Angeles. She's going to be with Becerra all night, and that's where we will get updated on results all night long. But I believe she needs a little bit more time to get ready. We're also working on getting Richard Allen back. A lot of moving parts tonight, and we're just following the different campaigns.
We'll be paying attention to what's going on in the city of San Diego as well. We have Measure A. That's the measure about extra housing is how they're calling it. A lot of other issues as well, a couple of council district races, both in Chula Vista and the city of San Diego, and a Board of Supervisors race as well. So a lot to get to. And
still enough time, less than 2 hours now, to get your votes in. Those polls open until 8 o'clock tonight. We just saw our Alex Cheney. He's at the Registrar of Voters in Kearny Mesa. And we're talking to our producer to see who is ready next.
We're going to go back up to Los Angeles with former Health Secretary Xavier Becerra. Our Jenny Huh is up there with him. And Jenny, we were just talking about it. Xavier Becerra has had some late momentum. Do we have any idea of what is causing that late momentum? How has he made this happen so late in the game?
Hey, good evening and happy finally primary election day. Late momentum indeed. You may recall just a few months ago, right? Becerra was one of those lower polling candidates being called on by political strategists and party leaders even to drop out and make room for the higher polling, more viable Democratic candidates that actually appeared to have a chance at advancing into the November runoff election. But it's really the dropping out of former candidate and former Congressman Eric Swalwell that shifted the race entirely for Becerra and really boosted him into this front runner status that he has steadily maintained right now for weeks ahead of the primary. So what can we attribute that to, right? I've spoken to multiple political experts and strategists about this. The answers do vary. It's a mixed bag of factors, but really it seems like Democrats are almost settling on Becerra. He is kind of the status quo Democrat, someone with a lengthy resume, someone with government experience, a safe choice for Democrats, especially after they've experienced a bit of turbulence in their field with Swalwell and also Katie Porter. So again, a safe bet for Democrats, someone that knows how to govern, someone with that state and federal level experience. And so that is the main reason I'm hearing as to why we may see this Democratic shift and also Sacramento shift in support of Xavier Becerra.
safe is a good way to describe it. Comfortable is another. People have seen him for a few years. He's got a kind demeanor. A lot of people just, after holding on to their ballots, Democrats anyway, seem to be finally getting in line there. But overall, what's the state of this race right now with the three leading candidates? We know Javier Becerra's kind of pulled out front, but Tom Steyer and Republican Steve Hilton, those two seem to be locked in a heated battle.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And it may really be a battle for second place right now, because the big question is, right, will it be a Democrat and a Democrat, so Tom Steyer and Javier Becerra advancing into the November runoff, or could it potentially be one of those Democrats alongside Republican Steve Hilton advancing into November? So obviously, if it's two Democrats, the campaign messaging and the political battle that plays out as those two try to win in November, that'll play out very differently from if it's a Democrat and a Republican, because after all, as you all know, California Democrats heavily outweigh California Republicans. And so it'll be interesting to see how the primary results shape the November general election.
Jenny Huh reporting from Los Angeles with Javier Becerra campaign. We'll be checking in with you throughout the night. Thanks for that.
Meantime, San Diego Republicans are coming together to watch election results pour in.
News 8's Esmeralda Perez joins us live from downtown San Diego with details on that. Esmeralda.
Well, Carlo, Marcella here at the Republican Watch Party. It's a quiet scene right now, but organizers expect people to start pouring in closer as those results, the first set of results, start coming in. Now, as we know, all eyes are on the governor's race, but another race being closely watched is the open seat for the 48th Congressional District. Now, we spoke with local political analyst John Dadian, who said it could have a big effect on national politics as far as the ratio in Congress. Take a listen to what he told us.
Of course, we went through redistricting, and that was very controversial. But there's one Republican running that's a big name, a county supervisor, Jim Desmond. But there's about 4 or 5 big name Democrats that are running. A lot of people, not necessarily me, think that one of the Democrats will eventually win in November because of the registration. And registration is key in all these races. But there is a major Republican running, so it could go either way.
Now, in just a little bit, we expect to see some of the local candidates here in attendance. We saw just a minute ago Vista Mayor John Franklin, who's running for county supervisors. Of course, we're going to be bringing you the very latest from the Republican Watch Party. Back to you.
Esmeralda Perez from the GOP headquarters here in San Diego.
We'll see what kind of party it is later on. In the meantime, our election coverage continues from the Democratic Watch Party.
News 8's Jenny Day joins us live from Liberty Station with the races that local liberals are keeping a close eye on. Jenny?
Yes, once again, happy primary election night. Congressional District 48 is again one of the big ones to watch out for. The San Diego County Democratic Party will be gathering here at Liberty Station. That party begins at 8 o'clock tonight. Of course, they will be watching the governor's race as well as State Senate District 40. That's currently held by Brian Jones, but he is termed out. So our local Democratic Party has endorsed Mara Elliott. We're, of course, also watching those 2 open San Diego City Council seats. The Chula Vista mayor's race should also be really interesting, so we certainly have you covered as the night goes on. So back to District 48, though. Prop 50, you know it passed this past November, and that allowed California to redraw the lines for congressional maps. There's been a lot of attention on District 48. Also, as you just heard, Republican Darrell Issa is not running for re-election, so that seat is open for the first time in years. So our own District 48 is the one being watched for really nationwide. That seat in the House of Representatives represents most of East County. For example, Alpine, Jamul, Fallbrook, Lakeside, Santee, Poway, and Escondido. So Prop 50 has passed, and it is expected to favor Democrats. You may remember this was all in response to redistricting in Texas to favor Republicans. So it really could change the balance of power in Congress, all depending on tonight. The Republicans in the race are Jim Desmond and Kevin Patrick O'Neill. The Democrats include Amar Campa-Najjar, Marnie Von Wilpert, Brandon Riker, Abel Chavez, Stephen Clemens, and Karina Contreras. So you can expect some live interviews with those candidates tonight. We will really be keeping an eye on those early results as soon as those polls close at 8 o'clock tonight, less than 2 hours now. Also, as mentioned, the 2 open San Diego City Council seats, 2 and 8. One represents our coastal community, the other representing our border region. So you know it. These come with really important local topics. So we shall see what happens. Also, Chula Vista Mayor, current Mayor John McCann, has 2 people in the running against him this year. So lots to look forward to tonight. We are just getting started, guys. Back to you.
All quiet now. It's going to be a hub of activity in just the next few hours.
A lot of eyes on that 48th Congressional District race. Right now, Jim Desmond seems pretty secure to make it to the runoff. The big race is going to be between Amar Campanajara and Marnie Von Wilpert. It appears at this point. Could be somebody else on the outside move into that final 2.
Anything can happen. We are following some breaking news right now, right along the border, and that is where a brush fire was burning south of Del Zura.
We're told evacuation warnings are in effect right now. This video was taken from Chop Rate within the last couple of hours. The fire is now 350 acres on the U.S. side, burning at a moderate rate of spread.
Right now, there is no containment on this fire, and crews are asking people who live in that area to get ready to leave if they have to. We will continue to monitor this fire and bring you any updates once we learn them.